You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button. Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
Hello, everybody. I'm Heather Hayes.
And I'm Steve Eager. Within the last hour, a jury has been chosen to decide the closely watched murder trial of Karmelo Anthony.
More than 500 people were on the list of potential jurors, but the jury will not include anyone who is black, despite this case being racially charged. Fox 4's Alex Boyer joining us now. Alex.
Hey guys, good evening. That's right. And I can tell you that a court spokesperson confirmed that there are indeed no black jurors on this panel. And I can tell you that before this jury panel was seated, the defense objected to 3 black women being struck by the prosecution. Now, the prosecution contended that it was due to the fact that the women were educators, noting that this incident happened at a school function with young students. The defense then pointed out that those were three of those were 100% of the available black jurors in what's called the strike zone, adding that the state struck all 3. The judge went out and reviewed their questionnaires and came back and said that the defense's challenge to the 3 jurors being dismissed was denied. The judge said the court found that the state had non-racial means to strike the jurors. Now, background. Karmelo Anthony, 17 at the time, is accused of fatally stabbing 17-year-old Austin Metcalf last year at a Frisco ISD track meet. Anthony was reportedly sitting under a tent for a school that he did not attend. Witnesses say the two got into an argument and Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the chest. Metcalf died in his twin brother's arms. Police said that Anthony told them he acted in self-defense. Now, this case has become racially charged, fueled in large part by online speculation, rumors, and misinformation. On Wednesday, attorneys for both sides got an hour and 45 minutes to question the reduced poll of these potential jurors. They were questioned on their views on a variety of topics, including race, how they felt about serving on this case, and if they would hold it against the defendant if he chose not to testify on his own behalf. The defense also tried to gauge if the potential jurors would be uncomfortable giving Anthony a lower sentence if there is a guilty verdict. I talked to a jury consultant about the process so far.
It's an excellent team on both sides. I believe Bill Worski has, he's a veteran prosecutor. He's tried some very high-profile cases. And then Toby Shook has been both a prosecutor and a criminal defense attorney. And then Mike Howard is an excellent criminal defense attorney as well. And they, along with the DA, it's going to be a very well-tried case.
And I did speak with Allison Richardson before the jury was sat, so I did not have a chance to ask her about these late-breaking developments. Now, this high-profile case continues to draw supporters and spectators to the Collin County Courthouse. We saw another group of folks demonstrating at the entrance of the courthouse this afternoon. We expect that to continue throughout the trial, which the judge hopes to have wrapped up by the end of next week. And I can tell you that 19-year-old Karmelo Anthony was in court today for the proceedings. He was wearing a suit with a tie and a purple shirt, which is also the color many of his supporters have been wearing. He did take some notes during the proceedings. I can also tell you that there does appear to be some minorities on this jury panel. Again, however, none of them are African American. Opening statements begin tomorrow at 9 a.m. Back to you.
Okay, Alex Boyer in Frisco. Thanks.
And a reminder, Fox 4 will bring you extensive coverage of the Karmelo Anthony trial. You can keep up with the latest court developments on fox4news.com, our socials, and the free Fox Local app.
I know some of y'all don't know the court procedures and what it's like to go to trial. So let me break it down for you in the simplest form. When you go to trial, you're supposed to pick a jury of your peers, meaning that if you're black, you want a black jury. If you're white, you want a white jury. So, in this case, with Karmelo Anthony, he is picking jury, or rather picked a jury of all whites. Something that anybody that come from where I come from, the ghetto where nobody's smiling, or better yet, even the suburbs, that's not something that you want to do going to trial. especially when you being charged with stabbing to death a white, athletic, youthful, young boy that everybody felt like skies was the limits. He was about to be the greatest of the greatest of the greatest. And you're dealing with a school scenario. For those of y'all don't know what happened, you're dealing with a school scenario where these young boys found themselves in a bad storm. And Karmelo Anthony ended up going up under a tent. It was the wrong tent, the wrong team. So they pressed him, like, get up out of here. But it was a storm. And they telling him to get up out of here. And he like, nah, it's a storm. But they like, get up out of here. So make a long story short, he put that knife work in. Now, the young man who died, may he rest in peace. Because a fight in school should never end that tragic. A fight in school, no matter what, inside of a school should never, or on school grounds, should never end that tragic. Let me say that. Because if it was my child, the first thing I'd be saying, what is you doing with a knife? But then again, see, go to school coming from where I'm from. I know what it's like to go to school, and it's on the way to school, it's kill or be killed. On the way to school, it's like a jungle outside that makes you wonder how I keep from going under. So on your way to school, you might run into the wrong crew, the wrong crowd, and they might A-Town stomp you to death. It's just how it is. So I can see the energy and where it comes from being black and having to survive in this world, being black and having to survive every other group and nationality in this world. It creates a tension there. I'm not saying what Karmelo Anthony did was right or wrong, because as a parent, and if that was my child, I'd be furious. What I am saying is that these kids, they can be dangerous. And he was dealing with a young man that was damn near 100 pounds bigger than him. Where we come from, it is what it is. It just comes with the territory. If I feel like you're going to hurt me, I'm going to hurt you. Not justifying it, because I don't know what really happened. I don't really want to take no sides in this situation. I'm trying to be understanding on both sides because these were kids. But at the same time, I know what it's like to be black facing off with a white crowd too. Yeah. It's not a good feeling. Now he's about to sit in this courtroom with an all-white jury, with an all-white judge, and an all-white district attorney. What you think that jury? What verdict you think that jury gonna come back with? Huh? Put it in the comment section. What verdict do you think the jury's gonna come back with? Put it in the comment section. Guilty or not guilty? The only good thing about him having an all-white jury is that 9 times out of 10, he's gonna blow trial. But because he has a jury that's not a jury of his peer, automatically he has grounds. Not saying he's going to win those grounds. I'm saying that he has grounds for an appeal. So if he blow trial, he has grounds to put in an appeal and come back and be trialed all over again. Something that judges really don't like to do. It is what it is. I'm going to keep you updated on this case because this is a case that caught my attention. You hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Live life as if you're on a run. Stay dangerous at the same time. Pay attention to your circle before they hurt you. I'm out.